section, we're going to look at different types of graphs that we use in statistics. First type of graph we're going to look at is called a pie chart. Suppose I surveyed some people, and among the primary and secondary colors, I asked them which of these is your favorite color. And the results are over here. 20 said blue, 18 said red, and so forth. First of all, I need to figure out how many total people answered my survey. So when I add these numbers all up, 20 plus 18, it's 20 plus 6 plus 12 plus 14. All right, 20 plus 18 plus 20 plus 6 plus 12 plus 14, I get 90. So there are a total of 90 people. A circle has in it 360 degrees. You're going to actually draw one of these yourself by hand using a little piece of paper like I have here that has all 360 degrees marked out is helpful. Or you could use a protractor. Or best of all, you could use a program like Excel and just put your numbers in. It would make your pie chart for you. We're basically just going to look at how we do it. Okay, so if I want to figure out how many degrees the blue should have, each person, I have 90 people, so I'm going to see how many degrees each person gets. So 360 divided by 90 is 4 degrees per member. In this case, the members are people that I asked. So blue, how much is blue going to get? Blue has 20 people. Each of them gets 4 degrees. So that's going to be 20 times 4. It's going to be 80 degrees. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 degrees. So these are going to be the people who said that blue was their favorite of those colors. What about red? 18 people said red. So 18 times 4 is 72. So red is going to get 72 degrees. So starting where this one left off, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and then 72 degrees. Green was also 20, so green is also going to be 80 degrees. I'm 2 past there, so 10, 20, where's my 10s here? Here's my 10, 10, 20, 30, 50, 60, 70, 80, but I'm really 2 past there. So there's my green, and so on. How much would orange be? I don't have an orange one here. Orange would be 6 times 4 degrees, or 24 degrees. Yellow would be 12 times 4 degrees, would be 48 degrees. And purple would be 14 times 4 degrees, which would be 56 degrees. 22 plus 4 would be the 26 for the orange. And then 48, 10, 20, 30, 40, 5, and there's 2 over there. So, something like that for the yellow. And the purple. You can also look at the pie chart and look at the percentage and multiply by the number of people to get each different type. So it'd be a pie chart, and as I said today, making them by hand is really a little bit silly when we have programs that will make them. And if you want to see how to make a pie chart using an Excel, let me know. I'll be glad to get together with you and show you. But you're not going to have to do that for this class. You can actually make most of these types on a computer easily. The next type we want to look at is a type of a bar chart that we call a histogram. Histogram is a special bar chart. Bar chart with no gaps, and it's got frequency classes. So the first thing I would want to do is put my classes down here, and because I don't really have enough room to write them across, I'm going to write them sideways. So this one's going to be 8 to 16, 17 to 25, 26 to 34, 35 to 43, 44 to 52, and 53 to 61. Then I'm going to label my frequency. So these are my ages down here. This is my frequency here along the side. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 2 in the 8 to 16. So I'm going to make my bar go up to the 2. In the 17 to 25, there are 8. So like I said, in a bar graph, typically the bars do not have to touch. The bars can be sideways or up and down. In a histogram, they're up and down, and they touch. And the vertical axis is always the frequency. The 26 to 34 is 4. And the next one is 5. Much easier done with graph paper to help you out. These can also be done with Excel, some other programs. 44 to 52 would have 4, and the last one would have 3. You can look at this, and if you had the graph without the chart over here, you could see how many people had answered by adding 2 plus 8 plus 4 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 to get the number that had added. The modal class is the one that is the highest. So that's the modal class. You might notice it's the same data I used in the previous video. So you can look at the graph and tell from it where we're going. Now the next section is called a frequency polygon, and that's the statistics term, the frequency polygon. In other places, it's often like a line graph. So I'm going to do the same kind of thing that I did up above. Let's see if I can take a shortcut here and actually copy. Sorry, you don't have the same luxury there. But actually copy that and put it down there. And I think I missed one. I don't know if I've saved any time by doing that or not. 44 to 52. And the frequency along the side. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But instead of bars, I'm going to put lines. So I'm going to put a dot on the 2. The second class, a dot on the 8. So I connect the dots. And then on the next one, a 4. Notice that I'm putting in the middle of where the top of the bar would be. The classes are in order, so I can look at it and tell which class is the modal class. It's the tallest one. Very similar to a histogram, a bar chart. The last one we're going to look at is called a stem and leaf. Stem and leaf. When we have data that can be grouped by its place value, we make a chart with stem and leaf based upon the place value. So notice all of these are grades, perhaps. They all have a tens place and a ones place. I could kind of say this one has 2 tens place, and 10 is in its tens place. So I'm going to let the stem be the tens place, and the leaves be the ones place. And I should label that so that it's clear to everyone what I'm talking about. Now you can either increase or decrease your stem and leaf charts. So you can start at the lowest value and go to the highest, or vice versa on your stems. I'm going to start with the highest. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. And notice there are no grades in the 50s, but I cannot skip anything. So I'm going to have to put the 50s in there, even though there's no 50 over here. Now the leaves sometimes are ordered in an ordered stem and leaf. Then the leaves are also in order. But you can have a stem and leaf without it being in order. I'm going to look at each number and I'm going to put its leaf on the right. Its stem is already there, so it doesn't need to be written again. So when I take 84, for example, here's the 80, I'm going to write the 4 here as the leaf. When I write the 78, its leaf, its 8, is going to go directly under the 4 in a column. The next one, the 98, goes right above it. The 85, going to make some space because these columns need to be neat. They're supposed to be neat and in order. 76, that 6 should be directly under the 5. 28, I need another stem down here for that horrible grade. I think I meant to type 28 there. 92. There's a 62, so I'm going to go with 62. There's a 73. There's a 42. There's a 78. I already had a 78. I'm going to put another one. The 90. I have to actually put the 0 for the 90. The next one was the 66. And then 38. 70, I actually have to put it 0, and then I'm very happy to put that 100. Now if I wanted it ordered, I would just make sure that all these are in order. Remember, mine's going down. You can also have them going up, so it would be 98, 92, 90. If I wanted it in order, I would change this 4 and this 5 and put the 5 first and the 4 second. And I would move these down, right, and put the 8 here, the 0 here, and I would swap the 6 and the 2 if I wanted an ordered one. That's the stem and leaf chart. Okay, in the next section we will look at central tendency.